Jon Jo Shelvey may be out of the door quicker than he came in, but with rumours of a bust-up and an altercation. What is the truth behind all this? Find out in today's video. Welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. In today's news, we'll be talking about Jon Jo Shelvey and an altercation that may have led to his suspension. On top of that, we've got news on another striker being linked to Forest who has deep lying roots and connections from yesteryear with Nottingham Forest. Don't forget, before we get into all of this, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV, and don't forget to go and grab your tickets for this signed frame shirt. It ends tonight at 7:30, so go grab them before it's too late. Let's jump into the news, and let's start with this mess that is Jon Jo Shelvey. Now, the news reports today have been that Jon Jo Shelvey will be moved on from Nottingham Forest after, as we all know, the original bust-up was Steve Cooper. How, why, and what was said, we still do not know exactly the details about it. Most sources were saying that it was due to him being dropped and not taken into the Liverpool game or whichever game it was back then. However, in recent times, we've been told that Shelvey hasn't been at training, and that was for over a week now. We've also had that confirmed with the team photo that's been seen on Twitter in recent days as well. But the question really is why? Now, we have had some rumours, and I stress they are rumours right now, that Shelvey is being suspended pending investigation based on an altercation that happened in a place in Nottingham where he, let's just say some words were said to a member of staff and Jesse Lingard had to get involved and separate this all up. There was CCTV footage of it all, there's witnesses, etc. And now Forest have suspended him pending investigation into this. I stress again, how true this is, I don't know. But the person who sent the story to me, I do trust quite well. Thank you very much for the story. But it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense because there's definitely been friction in the club, especially between Cooper and Shelvey to start with. But now, if Shelvey has done what he's done, and I can't go into the details of what was said, but if he has done what he has done, then fair play to Jesse Lingard for stepping in. He did the right thing, acted like a man, and it was really good to see. But again, these are rumors. Look, normally I don't like to talk about rumors until they've been fact checked and everything. But this is the kind of thing that we may never get to hear about. So I thought I would share this with you today and get your opinions on it, because it's weird how this has progressed as it has and the speed that it's going with as well. This is a Shelvey, may I remind you, that the Newcastle fans told us was a great team player, someone who would come in and someone who would be a great asset to Nottingham Forest. It has proven to be anything but so far. And with Shelvey throwing this strop, maybe it was all triggered off by the whole beef up with Cooper a few weeks ago. Who knows? But it's clear to see now that Shelvey will be on his way out. The question is, though, how is he going out? Because the other rumours I'm hearing is that Forest are looking just to basically cancel the contract and sack him off and get rid that way without even selling him. And is that the right approach? Well, I'll tell you what, if they do that because of these rumours that have come through, then fair play to Forest. They have taken absolutely the right decision, because what has happened does not merit us to make any money back on him. He needs to go if this is true. But there is probably still a chance that, business is business and he has to be sold off. But who's going to take him after what's happened is the real question. He has been a bad egg, no pun intended, and he never got Dino that 35-yard screamer against Manchester United. So as far as I'm concerned, look, put all the politics and everything aside. In terms of what he's done on the pitch, he has not delivered. It's as simple as that. The one decent game he had was when he came on against Fulham, and even that we lost. And after that, I just can't forgive him for the penalty against Everton, and his whole general attitude, to be honest, hasn't been great. But it is night and day of the player that we saw getting a standing ovation as he left Newcastle to the player that walked through the door at Forest. A player who came in injured as well. I mean, fits right in kind of thing, you would have thought. but it's just been an absolute disaster from day one with Shelvey. So, from what we're understanding now, Shelvey will be leaving Forest, but it may be under a sacking, or it may be, if the rumours aren't true, that he will be moved on and sold somewhere. What do you guys think about Shelvey? What do you think about his tenure at Forest? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know. Let's move on to a story about a striker who's been linked with Nottingham Forest, and it's a striker whose name puts a smile to my face. Van Hooijdonk. Yes, roll back the years. And it's not Pierre, though. It is his son, Sydney. Sydney taking after his father in the Dutch league and banging in those goals left, right, and centre. He is quite a lanky little kid, to say the least. I mean, it's not surprising seeing how his dad was quite a unit as well. And he does play it up front, and he is gaining interest from a couple of clubs, of which one is our beloved Nottingham Forest. Is this likely to happen? Is this something that should happen? Well, let me tell you about the profile of the player first. As I mentioned, he plays up front. He's not the fastest and he's not the silkiest on the ball. He actually has a lot of traits and similarities to his dad, shock horror, DNA. But is he as good as his dad? No, he's obviously not. He's still very young and he's still finding his feet in football. But a goal machine is the kind of terms that are being thrown around. But I don't know if he's exactly the right profile of what we are looking for. Having watched quite a few games of him, being a massive Van Hooijdonk fan, look, I know what he did back in the day, but those free kicks, guys, those free kicks were on another planet. And growing up as a kid, well, no, I'm only 21. But had I been growing up as a kid back then, I would have remembered feelings of joy and jubilation every time the ref blew his whistle anywhere in and around 35 yards. You'd just notch it down on the scorecard as an extra goal to us. But Sydney does not have that free kick trait that his dad did. But what he does have is a real good eye for goal. But he is a little clunky in his movements. Not a one-ye, like I would say. There's slight elements to Weghorst that he reminds me of. But this is just me, and this is just kind of giving a match. Now, am I saying he's crap? No. Am I saying he's a Weghorst? No. He's obviously faster than him. But he does have potential to grow, and he's not going to cost too much. And on top of that, can you imagine the thought of a second-generation Forest player with another second-generation Forest player, Brennan Johnson and Sydney Van Hooijdonk, playing together? Okay, their fathers didn't exactly cross over in their time at Nottingham Forest, but there's a little nostalgia about it that I kind of like. And he can score. I wouldn't be against this one, but I wouldn't put him ahead of Taiwo right now, but he is still young and can develop. And for me, I'll be honest with you guys, if his name wasn't Van Hooijdonk, I'd be scratching my head a little, but he does score a lot of goals. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. But would you take Sydney Van Hooijdonk? A good finisher, not the most agile, and obviously his dad is an absolute legend. In some eyes, I understand, in some eyes like mine, some won't forgive him for what he did back when Kevin Campbell got sold. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Moving on quickly to Gustavo Scarpina, who has been seen taking loads of pictures in Palmeiras, and plenty of rumours have been flying about, is he going back to Brazil? We will do a full video on Scarpa and an update on his situation, an update on the whole scandal that he had to go through, unfortunately, and we'll be talking about everything to do with him very shortly in an episode coming soon. However, it has been made crystal clear that Scarpa will be still at the City Ground next season, which is fantastic news. And I hope that we do get to see the skateboarding genius utilised on the pitch, because I am telling you guys, there is a hell of a player in there. I don't want to talk too much about Scarpa because it's coming in a whole video for you guys. And more importantly, tomorrow we have an absolute exclusive coming your way where we interview a few Forest legends, where we'll talk about yesteryear, we'll talk about their thoughts on the current team and their thoughts on our current local heroes. there's your clue and there's your hint. So watch out for that. That'll be coming out sometime tomorrow afternoon. All right, guys, that brings you up to date with the latest Forest news. I am dying to get into the comments and read what you guys have to say about Jon Jo and about Pierre Van Hooijdonk Jr. Let me know down in the comments below. Before you leave, as always, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV, and we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.